Hello everybody, and welcome back. Thanks for joining me, I'm Count Christo. This is the wonderful Anbennar, and this is our Haraz Ordhum campaign. We are, the AI is strong. Another way of putting that might be that I'm weak. Because we've been facing down challenge after challenge, and we are going to face the court and country disaster relatively soon. Probably the sooner we can get it done, the better, really. But we need to get our nobles on side first. Cheer everyone up. Finish taking away privileges. The Mages Organization Guilds does lower our stuff, but I don't think I can ever... I don't know how I would get rid of that. Anyway, we are building a massive dam across here in order to power our empire. I don't know what that's going to do. Hopefully it powers the rails. That would be so cool. If it really buffs up all of the Dwarven rails. Anyway, we're just about to get the final religious ideas, finally, delayed by the necessity of taking quality ideas to fight the platinum lot. The nation is slowly swearing its loyalty to the Rune Father, and we are establishing trade companies. That's the situation. A war with these guys is imminent. They just got an ally, but they are inconsequential. Any interesting cause? Not really. Great. And the command is feeling a bit like they're the final boss of the game right now. 571,000 men with a subject with 80,000, and notably a subject that possesses the final piece of the ancient Dwarven crown that I mean to reforge. But yeah, let's get into it. For the first time, the glorious... First off, 100% crown lads. Love that. Secondly, the glorious Rune Father worshippers march to war, and not just any war, but a religious war. A CB that would have been helpful a long time ago, but we wouldn't really got the most out of it because we need to develop. Anyway, let's get them. We've already taken the relevant gems from them, so we're just going to march on in. Should be good. I think we're going to be able to take a decent chunk. Let's see. Yep, we can connect all the way across, which opens up wars against this guy, who does have some allies, but they're inconsequential. Good. Did the command win that war in the end, by the way? Interesting. It looks like it may have been a stalemate, or they got a tiny bit of land out of it. But look at that. 100,000 men down. Still very low manpower. I'm rooting for these guys. I don't know anything about them. They're high philosophers. Okay, so this is Southeast Asia, I think. Based on some of the flavoring there. But yeah, we need to get this guy. We need to beat this guy in a war promptly. Hopefully we can get Iralam to join. And I'm hoping that we will once again eclipse these guys. Such the Sariand guys who are out here conquering the steppe. Because if we can eclipse them again, then we can ally them again, and then they can help us against the command, is the hope. Using Goward against Grombar is my next big war on the docket. This one, and then north, and it's going to be a real punch-up with Grombar. They've got 230,000 men under arms right now. Orcs under arms, I guess. Doable, but going to be a tough fight, I think. Much easier with Goward's help. Especially, hopefully they're going to siege Goward, basically. The heck is this? A frozen army? Oh, this is one of the... Oh no, this isn't part of an exploration event. They tunneled deeper into the earth, came across an ancient cavern filled with dozens of Dwarven corpses in twisted positions, caught in the middle of a fierce battle. Layers of thick ancient ice, preserving them into an eerie stillness. Their weapons still clutched in their hands, the skin pale with blue tint, preserved by the icy cavern. Scholars are puzzled, say that the ancient garb suggests they must be hundreds, if not thousands, of years old. A difficult dilemma. Ignore them and continue our operations. What operations? I'm not doing anything here. We're just growing stuff. Our clergy are adamant that we should put them to rest. Well, I could do with some more clergy loyalty. We finally got the nobles loyal, by the way. We still... Yeah, we're no longer... Got the ire of the nobles. Excellent. We can carefully mine around them. Get some some loyalty. Or 2 base production. And dev cost down. But why do I care about dev cost in abrupt end? It's not a hold. So sure. Clergy. You can get 10 happier with us. Exquisite. Alright, there we go. 99%. Willing to do it? No, but very nearly. I suspect if I beat you up in your capital, you'll be so embarrassed that you will accept the peace. And we certainly are going to be able to beat you up. So you better accept that peace. There we go. Okay, so we'll be having all this, please. It's going to cause a measly 21 overextension. We kind of need Diplo ideas, huh? Run from it. Try and take a different build. Diplo ideas arrives all the same, because the province war score cost modifier is just so good. We may take Diplo ideas. But anyway, there's the peace deal. Yoink, we get 3 of their forts, and we get access to the east. I would like to cut off more of their land from enemy occupation, but I don't think these guys are going to invade them. So that's what we'll take. It's going to cause a coalition with nobody, because nobody cares about what happens under the mountain. They rightfully know that it is my domain, my business, and they are staying out of it. Let's go ahead of time on Miltech. Sure. I haven't done any of the army drill gain modifiers. We haven't really needed them. We have a lot of drill on our armies anyway, because we had such a long period of peace. Now, the question becomes who to target next. One obvious target is this guy. They have no manpower, which makes them a very, very appealing prospect. I think it should be this guy, because they have no manpower, which makes it, you know, the perfect moment to strike. We haven't got as many men down here as I would really like for an attack on them. But we can bring more. These guys aren't doing anything. What was that? Aren't doing anything. Don't really need these guys to keep drilling. Let's bring them down. They'll be able to storm down the rail at great pace. How long is that going to take? One end of the empire to the other, basically. 7 months. It's still a while. Don't get me wrong. I should fight these guys, though, right? Because we need them to not exist for our... So we'll fight these guys and these guys simultaneously. And then it's time to turn our attention to the north. We have... Yeah, religious rebels are once again eligible to spawn. So I do need to leave an army in the north. But you know what? Well, first off, we want more offensive pips, please. And second off, let's have another full stack deployed here. And then I'm taking this south to deal with these guys. One stack enough? I can redeploy this rebel suppression stack. It's mostly just religious zealots now, I think. We've got a lot of... Yeah, a lot of cultures already converted over. One more available here. I'm not going to culture convert this yet, in case you know, it all gets flooded. Because I feel like if you put a huge dam across here... I mean, I haven't got an Xbox controller anymore, so I can't really show you, but this area is getting very flooded. If that reference doesn't make any sense to you, there's a console command specifically with Xbox controllers that lets you go into free cam and fly around using the sticks. Anyway, great success. We'll have some more claims on this guy. Should really be spying on you, I guess. Let's not spy on you. Their spy detection is too strong. But yeah, let's mobilize against these guys and these guys. That's going to give us... Yeah, I mean, I don't know how far along this chain we're going to be able to take, but let's find out. If we take all of their holds and things, I wonder if we'll be able to... Ooh, who's this? Are you independent? A little cave... I was going to say hold, but they don't have any holds, do they? They're literally just a cave den living type. And who are you, by the way? Hamiri? Are you Hamiri? No. You're human, but you have a bunch of Hamiris in here. What the heck's a Hamiri? Can I see it in the culture? No, the culture doesn't really show much. I don't know who the Hamiri are. Interesting. They look a bit like lions. And then this is Jade March. Yeah, which is obviously the... Gonna be a challenge. Gonna be a challenge. Their numbers are dwindling, because they're not stopping on their relentless surge forwards. 556 is really good. By the way, I did a whole bunch of disinheriting heirs. We currently have a 434. It's not good enough, is it? It's not really good enough. A 434? We had a 666 for so long. I've been thrown out of whack. We have to have at least 50 prestige in order to not trigger Noble's ire. But yeah, Sorry, drown them. I need better stats than that to be considered acceptable in this day and age. We demand excellence from our heirs. My intention is to keep doing that until we get at least like a 6-4-4, I think would be an acceptable, like a 14 stat guy. And then we're going to wait for them to come of age and then abdicate in their favor. Very meritocratic, this Runefather society we're building. The forces have assembled at the eastern end. The march of the Runefather continues unabated. Our holy war shall be declared. Anyone who doesn't bring anyone else in will be full called just for fun. Let's do it. Would you join this if you weren't already in the war? No, it's distant, huh? It's not that distant. There's a nice train you can catch. Anyway, this is Mountain's Hero's Gate, the most famous of the 3 golden gates. Dope. If you're human, it works, and it gives you no global modifier, but a big local garrison, local fort maintenance. That's cool. Well, maybe we'll take that off you as well as the land under the mountain, which of course is what we're mostly here for. Let's try and rush to here so that we can be the defenders in the Dwarven road terrain. That would be nice. And then if they want to push into this hold, be my guest. And stay out. That is why you do not come into the Serpent Spine. The dwarves are back, and they will brook no invasion of our mountain. 2 miners, 1 magic material. There's Dame's Tier down there. Now the problem with this is if I do this, I'm pretty sure it will expire in the end, which is a shame. Because it will expire and then turn back. Well, maybe not, because that's when you find a mountain. The second, however, reads her voice loudly proclaims the mighty dames who would rather than great riches bring great danger, not worth the risk. Are you stupid? We mine deeply and greedily, and all that we have found down there so far has died beneath our axes. Of course we will take great riches. I feel like the goods produced went down slightly. I should have checked what the trade value was just now. I think I'm going to go back in my own recording and check, because 208 a year coming out of one province is kind of nuts. It did! Goods produced, the trade value actually went down by doing that. I think it's probably because the manufactory is no longer working. Yeah, it removes the manufactory. Okay, so once we added a trade station, then it'll be more valuable. Nice. Dame's Tier, deep beneath the hold. Love it. Call that the yoink. Gonna take at least 1 more war to end these guys, unfortunately. But that is a solid start. For sure. Core it up. Okay, there we go. That should do it. That was quite an expensive war. What do all the losses look like there? Yeah. About 220,000, 230,000 or so. We fought them to a standstill. I white-pieced this lordship here in the caves so that their truce is going to be much shorter. I didn't white-piece them. I also broke their alliance. So we're going to be able to go after them. And that is what has determined the design of this peace deal, which just gives us access to these guys in the caves. Hopefully the command doesn't kill them in the meantime. The command, by the way, appears to be splitting up. There's Tiger Command, Elephant Command, and Dragon Command, which is interesting. Are they actually led by... No, they're all led by hobgoblins. But are their dominant species different? No, it's all human majority. So anyway, that's kind of scary, but I guess it means that the... whatever crazy bonuses the main one gets, hopefully these don't. Tiger Hobgoblin traditions. Interesting. But yeah, so, I mean, I don't think that weakens them. I guess it means you could inflict war exhaustion on them faster if you siege their core territory. Anyway, I'm a bit scared about the command, but there's the peace deal. Let's come back from spying on them to do it. It really gets very difficult to spy on people by this stage of the game. And we are getting, like, our merchants being slandered, unrest is being spread more or less constantly. But there we go. There's the peace deal. There's the coalition. Not problematic, I would say. 15-year truce. A lot of coring to be done. Yoink. We get Dwarf Road 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 48, 47, 46, 44, 43, 45. Nice. We can seize land. Interesting. So we did still lose a little bit of land by doing that. I'm not sure it's worth making people disloyal again to do this, though. But I do like the reform growth. Oh, go on then. Let's have, we'll eat some minor penalties to get that maxed out reform growth goodness. Now, we're going to have to leave maybe 2 stacks down here to deal with rebels, I think. It's probably prudent. The rest of you lot, make your way urgently to a nearby Dwarven road where there will be low attrition. And we'll go from there. We can upgrade the road, by the way, when we get to Admin Tech 21, which I'm looking forward to. And there is the CB that we were fishing for, of course. And there is the full coring. Oh, no. It cored a whole bunch of recently colonized and full-stated things that I didn't mean it to core. My bad. I even thought about whether it was going to do that. Did that say platinum peasants? Oh, yeah, right. I thought it was obsidian. I thought, for some reason, I conflated that with obsidian, but that's not what that is. Cool. Okay, so let's get a general over here. We need to kill these guys for the mission tree. That's what unlocks all of the rest of this. We've been working on development up here for that one. And then what does this require? Fully repair the irrigation system. Okay. Okay. Let's work on finishing that then. So we can actually get all the way down. And what do we need for this? We need 3 more holds. Getting very close. Very, very close. Counting... Oh no, hang on. Hang on a minute. We're about to core one in the east here. Okay, so I think we're two holds short. And they have to be holds in... Platinum Core is a city in the hold province group. So is this not a hold? Do surface holds not count? Or is it only highlighting ones I currently own? No, because it was highlighting one over there we didn't own. So does this not count? No, this does count. I guess the hold province group is defined as opposed to inferred from the terrain in the province. But yeah, we're very close to being able to do this. You get new traditions and ambitions. I don't know if we're going to want those, but the all claims is going to make it much cheaper to core stuff, which is nice. We have to not currently be digging deeper. Our traditions. I do like... Well, actually, unjustified demands just became useless. Nice. So we don't need that anymore. Just is fine. Production's fine. Attrition's fine. Cost of advisors in my culture is quite nice, although we have got a lot of foreign cultures now. Land attrition is very nice. Goods produced is very nice. Infantry combat is very nice. But I mean, we're going to do it. We're going to check out the new ideas at least. We won't necessarily stick with the new traditions, but excellent. And then yeah, we can make trade companies over here. And should I? We already have this completed, so I should only make a trade company if I'm really going to commit to the idea that we're keeping this area in a trade company. I don't think I want to do that. I like the idea of fully integrating the whole Serpent Spine rather than, even if making it a trade company might be kind of statistically the superior choice, I'm going to opt out of doing that. Why is this cavern so developed right there? That's weird. There is another hold here. So if we need 3 more... Sorry, how many do we need more? 2 more, right? Yeah, 2 more, because this one is not a core yet. So where are those 2 going to be? Obviously, one more war against them does it. Do you only have the 1 hold left, yes? Yes, and I have already cored your other hold I took. So, I mean, there's 1. You don't have any holds left. There's this one. Does this count? Looks like no. We have all the holds in the north, obviously. Yeah, so it does look like we need... If we need 2 more, it's got to be that one and then 1 off this guy. Unless you have a hold that I missed. Or I guess we could get 1 off the Jade. But that's not really realistic. In the short term, I don't think. Okay, so that's the plan. We're going to finish you off, then 1 more war against you. And by doing that final war against you, we will restore Al Dwarve. Oh no, we have to have the Dwarven crown, which means we have to beat the command first. Okay, never mind. So now we mobilize to the north. You orcs have been a thorn in my side for long enough, and I'm pretty sure the way I'm going to fight you... Goward won't come to my aid right now because they are the defender of the Cornite faith. So I need to make Goward not come to someone's aid who's Cornite, like you. Or you? No, you would help them. Who else do we have a CB on in here who's Cornite? You're not Cornite, you're not Cornite. Yeah, so I think I declare on you full calling Goward and full calling Gronbar for a holy war. They won't come in on a holy war. Will not fight against their religious brethren in a holy war. Nuts. Okay, well, we may just have to take on these guys alone, but that's going to be a brutal war. A really brutal war. So we'll probably do some... Well, okay, maybe I do a reconquest war against this guy, called in Goward, and then Goward is fighting Grombar. And then by doing that, we've removed Goward's Defender of the Faith. So we do a relatively short war against Grombar. At least that's the idea. Just take money. Then Goward isn't the Defender of the Faith. The next war against Grombar, we hit him hard. I think that works. I think that works as a plan. The command has a threatened attitude. So that's one effect of releasing all of your people into subsidiary commands. Oh, they have 100% liberty desire. That's really funny. We can't reach the command. I'm sure I could. You should all declare independence. Alright, well the command screwed up. Their mission tree, I assume. Yeah, Tiger Command declared war on the new enemy, the command. They cite the insubordination. I was thinking they had intentionally created these. Perhaps they were forced to create them. The Jade Marsh is still under them, but that's fantastic news. They're getting absolutely hammered by their subjects. They are going to lose this war, I would say. They're outnumbered 2-1. Although, I mean, the Jade March is definitely going to help, but I feel like they are in trouble, especially because they've made enemies who may now try and capitalize on it. But we will see. We will see. All right. There's only so much delaying I can do. We got to fight the orcs, and more appropriately, we have to fight the Coronites. And I really want my Coronite ally to help, and I think there is a way to do that. Unfortunately, these guys have now been guaranteed by Corinthia, but it's going to be a reconquest war for this province, and we are going to be full coring you, which does call in 50,000 men from down here. But I think... no, we don't full call them. We don't full call them. We call in Goward. By dint of calling in Goward, we have a significant numbers advantage. It's a reconquest CB, which means it's something that we can kind of control. It's something within our gift to make sure we get it. Notably, unlike something like a win battles CB. And yeah, we have bad army tradition right now, by the way. So that's, well, not that bad, but certainly not great. I'm leaving 3 armies to patrol the south. This one's probably not necessary. Yeah, no, that one's not. Well, actually, without him there, is there unrest? No, without them there. We'll pull those guys back up. Okay. We have to go to war. I mean, we spent so long. We fought Grombar, obviously, twice. Twice, I think. There's more preparations we could make. These forts, many of them have recently finished. There's more we could do, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to click the button. So, we didn't put the men in position yet. Oh well. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. There's the war. The Great War of the North. What are our military objectives in this war? Well, first off, Goward is no longer the defender of the Cornite faith. They are? Why? They refuse to call to arms. You're supposed to lose defender of the faith when you dishonor a call to arms. Outrageous. Okay, that's a problem. fixable if I can fight Grombar on my own, which we could. It would hurt, but we could. So, objectives. Achieve a relatively mild peace deal with Grombar as soon as possible. Objective 2. Take some land so that I can unify up the Council League's stuff a bit here. Get Marhold's land, and then we'll probably start integrating Marhold. Objective 3. Maybe have Goward lose this war. It would be really good. If these guys focused Goward and pieced them out, then they would lose Defender of the Faith. That would be good. They would almost certainly break their alliance with me, but we could probably get it back. We don't have massive trust with them. We should probably aggressively trade favors for trust there. We no longer need this guy patrolling around the crown, because look at this. Look at this. Rune Father worship spreads throughout the land and very effectively suppresses the unrest. There is some unrest still, but it's very manageable. Okay, about to get a reform, which is going to be good. Hello, Grombar. We're just going to go for the war goal for now. Grombar, once we have the war goal secure, and they're very... Look at this. These people are so poor because of all of the devastation and the fighting back and forth, and the fact that there is some trade coming in here. I mean, there's a decent amount of trade, but they're extremely poor. They have no forts. In, like, all of Essen, there are no forts, which is kind of mental to think about. But yeah, this is the plan. I'm going to hold my borders. They're going to occupy all this. I fully suspect this region is a buffer. It's meant to be occupied. Don't sweat it. But if they're going to advance into it with a insultingly small army, I am going to go and respond to that. We've got room for more generals. We do. Yeah, bad generals. Ooh, beneath the cauldron. So this is working our way through this thing, the legendary Great Forge. And I will admit, I am not reading all of the flavor text anymore. It's very nicely written, and I have enjoyed some of it that I've read. Most of it. Almost all of it, in fact. But I have read quite a lot of it at this point. I'm more focused on the strategical objectives, basically. Let's go smash their army while taking the capital of the war leader and the war goal. But they will need support from these guys, and these guys can deploy. In fact, you lot can come over here, and then we can redeploy them west if need be. But these people have large armies, especially Corinthia. And Corinthia, I think, has, yeah, offensive and defensive ideas, both potentially quite dangerous. But with any luck, Goward will wreck stuff up, cause problems for him on that flank. But yes, let's see. Side note, look at the absolute size of this lad. He's just rebelled. Look at that guy. He's freaking enormous. What are you? You are cave trolls. Nice. Oh yeah, and probably a sack wipe? Not quite. Still. Wow, didn't do that much. Didn't do that much damage. I thought we were getting some really good ticks in there, but seems not. Having a really good early occupation against the war leader is just always prudent, so you can peace out as and when you wish to. We will obviously also be avoiding getting too much war exhaustion if possible. Not getting too much needless attrition and so on. Saving money for yet another round of the dam. I've clicked this button like 4 times. How many times have I clicked it? Let's give an honest number. Okay, I've only clicked it 3 times. But the riverbed has been cleared and anchor has been drilled. Surely soon we can start actually building the dam. But yeah, we're working on that. Oh god. Yellow valve on the right? I don't know. Right, it's a new day. The war progresses broadly to our advantage. We're pushing in here. Goward is actually holding out pretty well. They're getting some sieges, but they're winning some battles, which is good. So they've had a couple of victories in there. Yeah, okay, only with fairly crushing odds, by the way. Love this big war screen, by the way. Should maybe extend the battles a bit at some point, but I don't really use this very much, so maybe I won't bother. We have a reform, which is why I have unpaused. So we looked at these. This really does seem very good. Max evolution 10%. Calling a diet no longer increases influence. Now, we have one that disables diets. Is it this one? Yes. 10% cost to advise the ruler's culture, all estates down 5%. Reduce the loyalty loss of seizing land by 5%. It may be that we want to shift to something like decentralized bureaucracy. Or... yeah. Well, once we've fully fleshed out the tree, we'll look at thinking about changing some earlier stuff, because things have changed. You know, the estates have become far less relevant in this new age of absolutism that we find ourselves in. But yeah, with this going up 10, prestige decay and all estates influence down, which means it's going to be, yeah, basically perma-locked on very, very low influence for the estates. You do miss out on a bunch of bonuses doing that, but I feel like absolutism is very, very hard to miss, very hard to not prioritize. But we now have 98 max absolutism, which means we can fire court and country, and we can get the good ending. It will cause problems. It will hurt our situation. So how are we going to fire it? What you tend to do is declare a no CB war on someone irrelevant to you. So oh god, this is Vern? Wow, Vern is kind of killing it in the new world. That's cool. The leech dens of Vern with these horrendous things. Who are you? Are you a local? I don't know. Anyway, lots of interesting stuff here. Pearl's Edger. South Pearls. Pearl's Edger, are you a subject of? You are. Oh wow, this is actually such a different continent that they get a colonial nation over here. Interesting. Oh, sorry, hang on. No, South Pearls. You're also... oh, this is Pearl's Edge. Right. Wow. Cool. Anyway, I still don't know what's going on inside this egg, by the way. There's these little... Anbennar 3624. I feel like maybe this is work in progress. Anyway, it's curious. Curious. What was I talking about? Sorry, I'm low blood sugar, despite having just eaten. Right, yeah, corn country. So the way you tend to trigger it is by cranking your war exhaustion. And the way you crank war exhaustion is by declaring wars, nonsense wars with no CB, which obviously costs you quite a bit of stability. We don't have Diplo ideas, do we? What does a no CB cost us right now? Yeah, it's 2. 2 is quite a bit. How am I going to crank my unrest? Because we've got, you know, all these reforms and things designed to tank it. So I'm not sure how we're going to get our unrest positive. We may have to tank our stability, in which case we'll need to save up a bunch of admin. So what I think we do... how's our tech situation? Yeah, I would like to tech up admin. Idea group a little way away, yeah. I think what we will do is tech up our admin once, and then save up admin, and then we will use the admin to try and declare some no CB wars, lower our stability, but with the ability to buy it straight back, and crank our war exhaustion, and then with enough war exhaustion we should be able to fire it, because it ticks. Let me see. At least 60 absolutism will give us 2% a year. So all we need to do is actually start it. But what halts it? Monthly progress halts if you have 3 stability, less than +1 national unrest. Is the problem. Yeah, okay. So we have to keep our unrest positive the whole time that it ticks. And it will tick by 3% if we have 60 absolutism, which we do, and +1 national unrest, which you have to have in order to not end it, to not stop it ticking. So we'll need to get 33 ticks, aka just less than 3 years, of remaining at over 1 national unrest. That's going to take a lot of war exhaustion. You know what? Maybe this war Okay, I guess what we do... Oh, war exhaustion is so painful. So we have to stockpile dip so that we can drop the war exhaustion as soon as we get the disaster. Admin so we can stab back up. But what I'm thinking is... Do I just declare a small war and then let the call for peace give me 13 war exhaustion? How much is a reduction click? 50. So if we store 500, which, I mean, we already have, and I'm in no hurry to get 2% trade efficiency. Okay, I think that's the plan. I think we stockpile dip. We get crazy war exhaustion, maybe even in this war. If we end up full occupying this guy, we could just leave them in the war for ages. And then we trigger Corn Country. And Corn Country will give us loads of bad events, but if we come out the other side with +10 absolutism, then that's fun. It may well not be a strategically good play, but I do enjoy it, because +10 absolutism means you can get basically two more nices. We can get colonial charters back, for example, which could be nice. Get our settler chance and growth back up. It's been feeling noticeably slower since we got rid of that, which makes sense, because it indeed is. Okay, so that's my plan. First off, obviously, got to win this war. I have been focusing on sieging down here just because it's kind of easier to do. Corinthia has, yeah, I mean, as we saw, there's like no forts in eastern Essen at all. Just kind of crazy. But yeah, and trying to avoid them getting any of these sieges. That's the plan. Okay, I think the time's come to peace out Corinthia. We have them basically full occupied. I'm going to take precisely enough money and war reps such to break their alliance with Grombar, meaning that it's 49 peace deal size, which means the truce will be just less than 10 years. The annul treaties lasts for 10 years, so we should be able to declare war on them just as our truce ends, meaning that we will be able to fight them without Grombar being involved. I'm taking this one province, which means we'll be able to reclaim these cores plus these cores from them in the next war. That's my intention. And then in that war, again, hopefully during the war, they will get a military access treaty with Grombar, at which point we annul their treaties with Grombar again, and then we do the same thing again. Boom. There's them gone. So now we just need to work on Grombar, who is attacking our tundra provinces that we don't care about much. So that's not a problem. We will be heading over to deal with them soon. Runefather worship, by the way, spreading pretty nicely. Lots of ogres over here, interestingly. Feast of the Gods looking pretty prominent. We did manage to make it to this coast, by the way. There was a little bit of a race, but we've made it, which means we'll be able to lock down some of these interesting northern provinces. I don't think there's any special modifiers that are that interesting on them, but I will take them just because it's just kind of neat, right? Also, I have declared war on this little cave-dwelling... What are you? Hammery. Oh, here we go. Bipedal tiger-like races native to southwestern Rahen. Mysterious circumstances during the cataclysmic day of ashen skies. Interesting. Yeah, so we're going to yoink their land, which is going to give us adjacency to the Jade March, and the command is badly losing this war. So if we can get adjacency to the Jade Marsh, I'm coming for that Jade Jewel, whatever it's called. Jade, what are they called here? Gems, right? They're just called gems, I think. Yeah, so we're after that Jade Gem. Come on, dealing with the insurrection, Tigerborn War for Independence, and so on. But yeah, it'd be a good moment to attack them. So I'm going to try and wrap up this Grombar thing relatively quickly. What's the peace deal we want from Grombar? Well, again, I'd like it if Goward lost this war to stop being the Defender of the Faith, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know why they're still the Defender of the Faith, because I swear they... Oh, Grombar is now the Defender of the Faith. Okay. Oh, but then Grombar's going to lose it in this war, and Goward's going to get it back. Goward, could you have a Revelin issue? That would be helpful. Anyway, we're going to peace out Grombar for a relatively small amount, but just trying to break up this alliance so that we can then take them on is the plan. So my armies, I think, yeah, I don't care if they regain land over here. We're just going to send the armies to fight them. Well, actually, Isn't your capital here? Okay, I think I'm just gonna siege push their capital, and then if they find themselves sieging one of my forts, then I will react. But as long as a lot of their army is over here, let's just go for their capital. Oh, they got a big friggin' army over here as well. So we're gonna need to be more cautious there. Am I making it in here first? Fourth, second, first? No. Okay, interesting. What's this? Hills? I think I'll stand in the hills. We can catch this army out. What do they got? They're kind of fightable. Right. Yeah, fighting wars on multiple fronts right now. Really wanting to go against the Jade March, but it's all a bit tricky. There's a mountain fort there, blocking the way to the capital. It's going to be interesting. Okay, I think we've achieved peace in this war. We can knock out Grumbar pretty easily. Ooh, I could take a humiliate on Grumbar. Yeah, okay, never mind. We're not going to knock him out yet. I want the humiliate, I want the raw. I want a long truce with Grumbar. Who's Anbennar again? Oh, yeah, that's that guy. Long truce with Grumbar because I don't want to have to fight them in a coalition. And I am going to take, I think, in the main war, a big chunk like this. No particularly hair-raising fights with Grumbar. They've been bouncing back and forth. The inclusion of Goward is pretty impactful. I mean, as one might expect, they've been making things a lot easier. The war in the east has been slow, just because I only have one army dedicated to it. And yes, the faith continues to spread. When is my truce with you? 52. Okay. So, the command's still fighting. Here they are. Okay, we've got to divert armies east fast. But I would like to... This is just hills, right? Yeah. I would like to secure this victory against Grumbar. You know what else I would love to take in the war against Grumbar? It's this province. Because this is the only center of trade in this region. So with that province... we would... Maybe I don't take the humiliate. Oh, they wouldn't take this. Huh. Yeah, I would like to be able to take this because that would be another merchant. Sorry, it's not that province. It's this province. Yeah, I mean... we could do that now. I need to go and fight the command before they can rally. But I think with all their subjects independent, we're going to be able to fight them even without. And with Goward fighting their religious ally here, it feels like a moment to continue capitalizing on. Obviously, my troops are here because if they move into this province, then they're going to get shellacked, which they appear to know, which is why they're not doing it. I've concluded, actually, what I'm going to do instead of piecing these guys out is just move my whole army across the rail to the eastern front, and then allow Goward to keep fighting Grumbar for as long as they like, basically. And then we can go over here. Yeah, they're occupying some of my land because we don't have forts on this part of the rail. But that's, yeah, normally not a problem. But the fact that they can circumvent here is problematic. So we definitely need a fort in Dwarven. 52 there. But yeah, the rest of the guys I'm just going to be diverting east, basically. And we are trading in Damestyr. Hell yeah. We just got a Damestyr meteorite landed here, which is pretty nice. Can you put a manufacturer on a Damestyr? You can. Oh, baby. I just built a ton of manufacturers, by the way. Yeah, sure. Fort maintenance on border with rival. Almost always I find that completely useless. In this one occasion, I will take it. I will take it. Okay. Ooh, iron pyrite layer. Whoa. Another layer to dig through. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, no pyrite shall block our way. Absolutely. Let's go digging. And we win the siege. Nice. Thanks, Corinthia. They banned the slave trade, which gives a 100% price increase on slaves for 20 years. Is that 20 years? 30 years? No, 25 years looks like. Nice. I wonder if there'll be future events that are like the rest of the collapse, but slave worth 5.75. That's I mean, our slaves, because you get special modifiers and stuff, but that's kind of crazy good. Oh yes, and we finally finished repairing the irrigation. So apart from that Dame's tier deposit, and we did get an event for a slaves one as well. It's all grain being produced up here, and we get some healthy goods reduced modifiers. And this province got a local dev cost down 15%, which is nice, but also total dev cost down, which is pretty good. It's also auto digging. I've been looking at the mission tree. So the Platinum Age, we have to get all of these holds. It's those ones specifically as well, not just like any holds. I need all of those holds to be at least level 4 dug. What else do we need? Diplo rep of 7. Blimey, that's kind of difficult. We also need to have improved capital infrastructure and level 7 hold in the capital. We have level 9 going on 10, I think. And no province in the West Dwarven is not owned by us. No hold, rather, in the West Dwarven is not owned by us. That's fine. Yeah, Diplo rep 7 is going to be problematic. I can get 3 normally, plus 1 from a person here, 4. Maybe this, there's the whole, maybe this thing will keep upgrading. Yeah, upgrade progress 19 out of 20, okay. The Assembly of Lords. I don't know what causes this to upgrade. I think it's just time. I'm not sure. So yeah, once that upgrades, that'll help with Diplo rep, I guess. And then we may have to take an idea group. I wonder if there are any... I'm sure there are, but a policy for Diplo rep could be good. Plus, I bet having the Dwarven Crown, the High King's Crown, the Crontium Circlet, I bet that helps with Diplo rep. So that'll be good too. And there we go. Successfully completed a dig. Oh, sorry. I thought this was this one. But no. Level 5 here now. Excellent. So what do we need? 80. 80 for the next tier. Cool, cool. Also, we're finally on the last stage of the dam. 5 stages, it turns out. I think. We've had 4. 4 so far, and this is the... No, we had 3, this is the 4th. Yes, 1 more. The dam is ready to be built. Hopefully you build it in one go. I'm very curious what that's going to do. Meanwhile, yeah, the army is mobilizing over here, but I am going to have to go south and knock out these cave tigers allies. Sure, noble's loyal. But the command is I mean, there's 44,000 men. The vassal has 8,000. I really want to get this war done before they peace out of theirs. It's gonna be grand. Oh, we just embrace the Rune Father, soon to be flooded land. Oh yeah, and these guys called us in, which we are. I'm fine with backing them up on that. Goward is still fighting nobly in the north. They are, they are beginning to lose. Without my assistance, it seems like they're going to have problems. This is one of my favorite events, by the way. The Goblin Cartel Blackmailers, because clearly it really feels like the tolerance events are balanced around the idea that you're trying to increase tolerance. So I just keep clicking this button and getting, what is it, 6 months worth of income or so? Maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3 months worth of income, and the cartels get more loyal. It's glorious. I'll hit that button all day long. Don't care about goblin acceptance. That's not the it's not the kind of campaign we're going for. All right, there we go. Peace with you. Oh yeah, and we actually can't spy on the command. We're getting 0 per month progress spying on the command. So, ally for the south, peaced out for nothing. Full annexation here. Very cheap to core it all up with our what do you call it? Core cost reduction from absolutism. So against organization, lose some supplies. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, that was a lot of morale. I just realized. Anyway, there is the great victory. Boom, which gives us a Holy War CB against the command. Now I could wait for the war to end, and if the war ends, they might make them. It might make them release Jade Marsh, but I don't feel that there is any time to waste. So as soon as the diplomat is back, we're gonna do it. The hobgoblins of the God Lost will feel my wrath. Actually, you're hobgoblins. You're just cave goblins, aren't you? East Cape Goblins tech group. Interesting. So we're moving against you. Also, a few months' time, we're going to get manufactories spawning. I'm hopeful that it spawns in my land, but if I've done a bunch of... well, this is a bad example, because I actually haven't done it for this one, but I've done a bunch of developing, so we have holds with 15 dev provinces next to them. But we're a bit strapped for monarch points relative to our glorious 666 days. Oh yeah, damn, I forgot. I meant to drown my kid. There we go. We get a lot of prestige these days, so as long as we don't go to 50 prestige, we're good. But yeah, finally taking the final crown, the final gem to complete the crown. It's going to be good. All right, here we go. Holy War. The command's obviously called in. Boom. There's, yeah, like not very many people on their end. And can I claim Dwarven fragments? I can, but I have to control the command's capital, not the Jade Crown capital. Okay, good to know. Good to know. In we go. Level 6 holds. But yeah, sorry, level 6 forts, I mean. But I'm not too worried about them right now. They look like they were going to be extremely scary, but this whole insurrection thing has... obviously neutered them. Now, if they end their war and suddenly, like, re-annex all of these as part of some kind of event chain, it's just that, I don't know, now it's the Tiger command. That'll be worrying, but as it is, we're looking pretty good. And maybe I talked ill of Goward too soon. They are winning some wars up here. Some battles, I mean. Classic. Goward's back to being the defender of the damn called-out faith. I still think we'd be able to declare war on, like, Corinthia without them coming in. No, I can't tell right now. Obviously, they're still in this war with us. We are getting called for peace, and I am tempted to just let it cause the conflict of court and country. We'd have to lose some stability somehow, but I'm sure we will at some point. Oh, there goes their war. Nice, they did yoink 'em. Grombar is causing unrest. How dare they? But yeah, I think I'm just going to let this war sit, basically. Because again, we wanted a long truce with Grombar. So... it's not a big deal. And yeah, I think we're going to have to take Diplo ideas, though it pains me. Simply because we need the province war score cost, basically. This war is obviously transpiring pretty... oh, okay, no, I was saying... perfect. There goes one stability. Excellent. It's going to help us get the disaster we want. Nice. Oh, manufactories, and fingers crossed. We didn't get it. Where did it spawn? Here? Oh, come on. This guy doesn't even... it's an OPM, I think. Yeah, little old OPM. But it doesn't really matter because we have built a lot of manufactories. Not as many as Goward, looking at it, interestingly. Unless it's spreading in you for some other reason. Has a trade station and is not on the same continent as manufactories. A trade station? This building helps with this bed of manufactories. Oh, trade station is the... is a manufactory. You just create a ton of stuff that uses trade stations, I guess. Anyway, yeah, we actually, I mean, we have less manufactories than I would have guessed. I think it's the 60,000 ducats that I poured into this mine have definitely slowed our manufactory creation. But we are getting it at 1 a month, so we'll have it in 8 years, which is fine because we don't need to take tech for the next 8 years. Yeah, so we should have it in basically certainly all our holds in the next 8 years, I imagine. We should be plenty. We need the command to actually lose the independence war because we have to control their capital to take the crown fragment, the jade. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I could just hold back on sieging to help them get more war score relative in the war, but I think this works. All right, milestone in this war. Took the Jade capital here. Pretty big development. Inner hold. Not massive, but and yeah, now damaged after my my attacks. Will be time to move against the command. We got 446. Pretty scary, but we got the got some pretty decided numbers. Wait, they're going north from there? What? Where are you going? I thought this was a dead end, and it doesn't have the modifier that's like this place has a tunnel. Interesting. I'm not even gonna catch them. Hey, admin cost down. Nice. Oh, they were in the tunnel, and then there's the hole just north of the tunnel. I see. Cool. But yeah, all going well in this war. I'm looking at the peace deal. It's going to be relatively conservative, I think. Probably something like this. This plus the fragments. But we do need them to lose their other war, which they will do. War score is going against them, but it's taking a while. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Just a bunch more occupations to be had now we're through here. Invented the beater. The what? Mechanical hammers to beat lumpen paper pulp. Oh, mechanical paper production. Interesting. That's cool. Very cool. So, let me walk you through a chain of thought that I just had. We've been cranking up our war exhaustion. It's getting really high. And I saw a disaster was ticking. I was like, oh, nice. Gorn Country's finally ticking. I click on it. And I looked here. National arrest is negative. Maybe it's some kind of rounding error. And I see this freaking icon. What the hell is this? Serpent's Rot. That seems bad. I just I had a series of events that fired up here in the Giant's Anvil hold, let's call it. And yeah, we got the beautiful underground cave. It doesn't, or was it not this province? It was one of these provinces. I thought it was that one. Maybe it was somewhere else. Anyway, I got some events about this like interesting underground cave. I was like, great, dig deeper and more greedily. Kept clicking the buttons that said that. Who could have predicted it's going to cause a crisis? And now Gorn Country can't happen because you have to have no current disasters. So this whole grinding war exhaustion was kind of a waste of time. Also, our cap is now over 100 anyway. But yeah, I have just left this war running for a long time now. They're up to 6 war exhaustion, which is nice. But I think now we're going to have to deal with this other disaster. It gives 2 national unrest, which is not terrible. 100 dev cost, which is kind of crazy. Monthly war exhaustion plus 0.1. Oh god, just after I've cranked my war exhaustion. Minus 100 global settler increase. And all power costs 10%. Okay. Okay, well, that's going to start very soon. So, I think it's time to piece these guys out. Grumbar, you can finally go. I was thinking, I mean, I guess what I'll probably do is just this same war again to fire Gorn Country after we've dealt with the Serpent's Rot. I'm sorry I didn't show you the events. I didn't realize they were going to lead to something important. I genuinely was clicking buttons that said, like, effectively dig deeper and more greedily and thinking, like, what can go wrong? But yeah, we'll take war reps. Have we got enough for a Humiliate now? Take a bit less money, get the Humiliate, just to keep our power projection nice and high. That seems good. And yeah, we will take these provinces so that we can get this one. Oh no, I can't put it in a trade company because it's in my continent. Is it though? It's in the West Serpent Spine, whereas these ones over here aren't. Okay, but it's still good to have more control over this trade node. Not that we're actively using it right now. But yeah, we'll piece them out. And then we'll piece this guy out as well. And this might cause a coalition. It's a lot of aggressive expansion. But most of these people we have truce locked anyway. And, you know, got to take some risks, right? So let's take all this land. 62 overextension. Right when we're about to have a coalition. Right after I just cranked my arrest intentionally and then did not know it was going to be followed up by a great big serpent disaster. So we'll core all these, then cancel that one. I actually can't afford to core them all. Let's core all the ones that are actually causing overextension then at least. Sorry, not that one. That's the one where we're releasing the province. Oh, I shouldn't have taken... I took a bunch of places that... Ah, that was very silly of me. Oh well. I took a bunch that we should actually just give to this new vassal that we're making here. But that's fine. Just don't core any of them. I can see Maries if I just hover. Yeah, cool. That saves a little bit of our admin at least. So Serpent's Rot, huh? Yeah, that seems... I mean, it sounds bad, doesn't it? Let's try and get to peace with the command. The problem is peace with the command is not really in my gift. Because it just depends on when these guys go for peace themselves, basically. Because I need their capital, which means I think I'm gonna have to buy down this war exhaustion, which is annoying. But we should definitely buy it down before Serpent's Rot triggers, I think. So let's buy that down a ton. Oh, that was so annoying. We were just ready for Court and Country, but oh well, oh well. Let's just finish our occupations here. We basically haven't lost any manpower in this war. I mean, we have, obviously, but we've got it back at the same rate. We're getting 4,000 a month right now, which is kind of bananas. Rising Star, level 3 manpower, minor distinguish themselves. Oh, what's this? But anyway, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's so yeah, the events. I was going to describe the events. We found a cave with a kind of fully independent ecosystem. We spent people to explore it. And it was like, oh, there's this, some kind of power source. And then we found like a dead snake. And then the cave collapsed. And I thought that was the end of it. I thought it was just like, well, a cool little flavor underground. But no, apparently the Serpent's Rot is now going to spread to us. So that's troubling. I think it is. There must be a hidden province flag saying such and such mine collapsed. I clicked all the buttons that spent the most money, basically. We'll see how that goes. When is my dam finished, by the way? Oh, it doesn't tell me when it expires. But yeah, we're almost finished on this dam, which is fun. Ah, we can claim economic hegemony. Nice. Is it because our income? Yeah, income just went over 1,000 a month. Very nice. Well, yes, I will do that. Not least because that gives monthly war exhaustion down, which will counter one of the effects of the Serpent's Rot. So that seems good. It will make it a bit harder to get Court and Country, but that's okay. It won't make it impossible by any stretch. So there we go. We are an economic hegemon. It's going to make everyone hate us. Our allies, which is probably going to end our alliances, but that's okay. We get goods produced at the end of it. We get minimum autonomy in territories down, and dev costs and all that good stuff. Do you get the opinion debuff immediately? You do. Minus 50. So we'll see if we can hold on to our alliances. They do... you know, we have got a lot of trust, or at least a pretty darn decent amount of trust with both of them. So, we'll see. We'll see. We have some other wars coming up, by the way. This guy, who I hope we can finally full annex. Oh, we actually can't still. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. Yeah, coalition-wise, it's basically just these northern chappies. So we're going to need to try and keep them truce locked. I'm training more men, armies near where the Serpent's Rot is apparently going to be taking hold. But we will see. I should also not start new colonies, I guess, because we are we're going to have the Serpent's Rot thing fire. So I'm trying to save money, and it's going to kill my colonies because that minus 100 colonial growth. So seems prudent. Command, would you please lose your war already? Minus 89. Come on, dude. At some point you got to lose. You got 3,000 men. Just give it up. Give it up. Have I got someone? Are you covering that? Yeah, good. Cool. A huge fungus cave has been found. Cool. Get a bunch of base production and stuff and 3 goods produced. Dope. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We should develop this province a bit more. Get a farm estate in here. Sure. And yeah, the few survivors of this expedition, you know the drill. On to the next one. I've no idea what the heck's going on here. Spirit swarms are sieging provinces all over this land. I guess we'll have to play over here at some point and find out what the heck is up with that. Peace! Peace was signed. The command keeps cause. Okay. Did they actually take land off them? I don't think they did. So the command ended that war. Why didn't I get a pop-up for that? I have them as special interest. Do I not have... Huh, interesting. Okay, but that being signed means we now need to rush this because the Serpent's Rot is about to arrive. I have found some armies over here that we can kill for finally achieving our war goal, though, which is good. But meanwhile, I am trying to deploy people to other places because the truce is up with these guys. And I'm worried about the serpent's rot. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. We are going to go very slightly over the force limit to get that done. No problem. Just to give you an idea of how I'm taking all these decisions. Cursed treasure? Of course! The curse takes hold. Crap. Who could have seen this coming? That's basically how I'm handling 100% of the options to be greedy. And, you know, it's probably silly. I am always going with grab the cursed idol, no regrets. Alright, here we go. This month, the Serpent's Rot kicks in. We're still very much at war with the commands. Although, I mean, I'm worried that the Serpent's Rot is going to be like, you know, snakes pour out and get me at war, and I need to go to peace at some point. So you give me all this. I want those fragments. They'll give me the fragments. Will you give me war reps? They're not that wealthy. Oh, I think we risk it. I would like to get a full. Well, maybe we don't risk it. Maybe we're okay with this. Give me all this. All this, including one extra hold, which if I add one extra hold to from here, gives us unites the whole uniter thing. Yeah. Oh, by the way, these guys are guaranteed by these guys now, which is going to delay our conflict with them. Although, actually, that's this year. But yes, there's peace with the commands. GG. Easy. Doesn't put the command in the coalition. The Jade of Gurustunad. Nice. Before the Green Tide, we got 2.5 Green Tide. No, that's right, 2.5 global trade power. There were the Jade. Before Al Dwarf, there were the Jade Dwarves. The mightiest among them were a great jewel of jade, crafted and immaculately polished, fruit of centuries of labor. Heck yes. It fell into the hands of the command. It did not remain in their hands for long, though, for now it is ours. We will not relinquish our grip on it as easily as they did. We can seize a state land, which I'm not going to do right now, because I want them loyal in case we have problems with this thing. So we can rebuild rail, and the... how am I pronouncing this one? Dwarven Reforged. Dwarven was an ancient crown that sat upon the brow of the High King, representing the unification of all dwarf kind. Such a storied relic. Victory over our enemies is surely at hand. Like the Dwarven Empire of old, we will unite the Serpent Spine, forge a new power, one that will stand 1,000 years. You get 1 stability, 30 prestige, which turns into splendor. And what do we get? 5% trade efficiency, 5% production, 5% national, 5%... Oh, this presumably replaces. So this is double the bonuses from the others. No Diplo rep, which does hurt. But still, that's a pretty nice modifier. Get the final ability of the age. Why not? Very cool. And then for this, we need, yeah, to just core this province and then take 1 extra city. Either this one or this one or this one. Lots of options. Okay. Now, bring on the Serpent Rot. Actually, I should probably just send these guys walking where I want them to real quick. There we go. Just kind of sent 1 to each hold along the way. Okay. Serpent Rot. Let's see how this one works. How are we going to end this? Silent streets. One by one, the streets go dark. One day, it was bustling with voices, people just living their lives. The next, naught but the buzzing of flies upon piles of dead bodies. We have faced many foes, but this is something far, far worse. They all fall down. Pocket full of posies. Okay, that's not good. So the province Caricature, which is this one, they all fall down. Serpents rot until the end of the game, which destroys it and gives devastation. Wow, that can overcome a fort. Okay, so it's a Black Death. We've got a Black Death. What can I do? Okay, we must establish a team of researchers in order to properly fight the Serpent's Rot. Yes, please do. I saved up all this money. Apparently we don't need it. I'm going to keep a big pile of money on hand, just in case this all kicks off. Ends when we need to find a cure. Okay, so this dead snake that we found in this ecosystem had some ancient pathogen associated. Well, that's not good. Can I quarantine this mountain range? Put hundreds of thousands of men right here with guns. Actually, no, sorry. Put them here with long-range artillery. Nobody leaves. Don't think we can do that, unfortunately. Okay, well, we'll see what... Oh, yeah, and there's another tunnel we can dig, by the way, from here. So I assume that connects to here, and then we could find out who's here. But I don't really want to open up a new front right now. I'm content with the number of fronts we're working with, so... Oh, it's the freaking we unearthed snake Black Death. Okay. Well, let's see how this goes. Servant's Rod continues to spread. Mass graves are filled. Each and every day our people have begun to panic, begging our government to act. We must focus on the sick. Okay. Did that spread like... I don't see the modifier anywhere else. So maybe it hasn't actually spread. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, the unrest is not problematic. We have got some unrest in some places, but only places that we kind of really expected to. And I've got people deployed to those regions as and where necessary. How... Yeah, I'll go probably too far over the cap to juice this guy up. You should be dealing with those rebels and those ones. Good. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about this. So our colony is losing 50 a year, but has a 33% chance of new. So I'm going to try and keep trying and see if we can succeed it. We can get manufactories early. 10% goods reduce modifier. How does hegemony power gain work, by the way? You just get a flat 0.5 each month. Fine. There's not really any point adopting manufactories early, I don't think. We can save our money and maybe let it spread to a few more provinces. Keep it a bit cheaper. Because, yeah, just a couple of holds. Yeah, there's hundreds and hundreds of ducats available in just letting it spread to a couple more holds. So I am gonna let it do that. And, yeah, there we go. Nice. Colony cells saying, oh, you went up here, you bastards. We're going to go after them. They are guaranteed by our rival, but we want to fight our rival anyway. Well, with that in mind, let's try and keep colonizing, even with the Serpent's Rot active. I'm mostly colonizing for improved borders at the moment, but we'll see. And yeah, this Serpent's Rot, I mean, it seems bad. If that spreads to a lot of provinces, that's obviously going to be completely devastating. It's not so bad that we can't just declare a little war, just a wafer thin war as a treat, you know. Okay, investing our resources as the currency rapidly descends into chaos. Oh, okay, it has spread. Well, if it spreads linearly from there, that's, I mean, this is obviously our heartland, but it depends how fast it spreads, I guess. I wonder if we could cheese it by, like, releasing a vassal here, or getting rid of these provinces somehow. I don't know how we would do that, but... Okay, set off in search of the origin, look for clues in the corpses, or burn them all. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Let's search for the origin. That seems most promising. I haven't looked up the events on this one, so I don't know what the I don't know what's coming, and I don't know what the right decisions are. Oh god, the modifier gets worse. Minus 150 local trade power. Jesus Christ. That's pretty bad. 80%. 3 monthly devastation. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of devastation. That's for damn sure. Oh, okay. More. Finance extensive research. We need to properly finance it. Without sufficient funds, they won't be able to find a cure. I'm glad we saved money. Holy crap. 19,000 crowns. That's got to be... I mean, yeah. It's 19 months. It's probably 18 months of net income. Ooh, and we get foundry specialization as well. We already have artisan, right? Or did I do foundry the first time? Hang on, is it level 7? I thought it was level 8. Do we not have any specialization here? Or is that... I'm confused. I swear we had a specialization here already. Did it change for whatever reason? Anyway. Nice. Almost finished digging here? Yeah, 94%. Very cool. Very cool. So, yeah, I mean, the serpents thing, it does seem pretty bad. And obviously, I'm going to keep trying to save money. I did actually do some building. I probably shouldn't have. But I am going to keep trying to save money. But I'm not going to stop warring altogether. I think we can still war against this guy. These two. This one. Guaranteed by this one. Because I still need those extra holds so that we can formally form, you know, unite the Serpent Spine. It's you know, it's a whole campaign goal. We gotta still do that. So I think I am still going to go ahead and do that. In fact, that's one of their allies that I just saw go to war. Interesting. Maybe they'll say no. Would be good. Okay, well, paid all that money for research. 19 big ones, 19 grand. They reckon that it probably comes from the place where we found that big snake. Well, yeah, dude, it's called Serpent's Rot. They don't know that, admittedly. But they think it comes from a province, which is the province where it came from. Like, I knew that. But yes, it's still spreading, but hasn't spread, you know, towards the capital much yet. Now we know the source, we must find a cure. Okay, it's a new day. And we'll worry about this event in a second, but I have to tell you something funny. So, we have this Serpent's Rot, right? Spreading through the north of our country. It's a disaster in EU4. I am, allegedly, a relatively well-adjusted adult. So why, when my Dwarven video game empire was affected by Serpent's Rot, did I have a series of nightmares about snakes? Because I'm not kidding. I genuinely was tossing and turning between this bit of the recording and the last bit of the episode, dreaming about freaking snakes. So they're coming for me, man. The Serpent's Rot is fully coming for me. Anyway, the Joghead Dam has been finished. Our efforts bear fruit. We finished a new stage, and this better not be the end stage, because this seems trash. We've finished the construction of the dam. We get local trade power and production efficiency. Are you serious? I get 1 prestige. Owning dams will accumulate... Okay. Owning the dam will accelerate the natural growth of our holds, thanks to the advanced hydraulic mining techniques. Okay, so there is something. And that's 20% mining... That's 20% production efficiency... Locally? No, okay. It is a national... Okay, it's not quite as bad as I thought. It is a national production efficiency bonus. Okay, good. I thought it was literally this freaking cloth was getting a production efficiency bonus. I didn't flood these provinces. That's a shame. But, there we go. The dam... Accelerating the natural growth of our holds is nice. I assume that means they're digging speed, but maybe it means they're just going to get, like, dev. I don't know. Anyway, the plague. Let's see. I'm going to keep clicking the buttons that spend all the money on it. I'm not going to spend money on anything else. Oh, and, yeah, these guys are mad because I force converted them. Well, this is two slightly tricky things to deal with. Cooperative research, we could try and establish a collaborative effort with one of our allies. It's easier to find a cure than alone. We don't have any Dwarven allies, and there's obviously no one near here that's going to like us. And I'm pretty sure we're the only one with the Serpent's Rot. Unless, I mean, did these other dwarves just randomly get it at a huge distance? It doesn't look like it. I think we're the only ones with it. And the other frustrating thing is, I swear we had artisanry focus in the capital. Oh, hang on, what happened to my focus here as well? Didn't we have a focus here? Oh, there we go. Infrastructure Metropolis, yeah. But anyway, we have a furnace here, which is this good... Sorry, foundry, which has this goods produced. But I can't improve it, because we produce Dames tier, which is tragic. So I don't know what to do about that. We could try and re-specialize. Is there a way to do that? I don't know. Anyway... also, when we get Anbennar 21, we get to upgrade the rail even further, which I'm looking forward to, because I think that's going to be, cool. But yeah, it looks like we can't upgrade. We did just get the deep holes. The hold is so deep, a person can spend their entire life exploring its depths, and upon their deathbed, there would still be more to discover. So we're not going to dev up right now, because the Serpent's Rot costs 100. I hope this isn't a hard limitation on us being able to make progress. Like, hopefully just multiple things pop up over time, and if you can take them, you discover a cure faster. But we'll find out. I guess we'll find out. Meanwhile, this war carries on. Our elven allies are off fighting in what would be the Maghreb, I guess. Yeah, which is just fine. We're holding out here. I'm getting ready for this new war over here, but we need I need to be able to free up a few more troops, so I think we want to knock these guys out first, because they do have an army that's big enough to come and threaten this siege, if we are fully absent. Quarantine zone or experiment on the sick. Both, preferably, but I think a quarantine zone seems better. I'd rather not lose stability right now. Oh, I'm slightly going to go into debt, but... I mean, this seems like a perfect quarantine area, right? Apparently they want more funding. Not fast enough, they say. Use them as test subjects is pretty funny. But yes, I'm very happy. We'll give you more funding. I'll give all the funding you want. It's not a problem. I've been reviewing our trade situation, by the way, and it's a bit dire. We don't have enough merchants, meaning that all of the wealth we're generating over on this side of the empire is just going to these blighters, which is not ideal. There are rivals, after all. But I don't really know where to get my extra merchants. I mean, once we integrate, maybe with Marhold, maybe if I integrate Marhold, I could get a merchant here. Yeah, that would work. And then once we integrate Covenlad, we can get a merchant there, hopefully. But maybe I should be pushing... We already have one in the Frost Forest. Maybe the Blue Sea. I could try and war around the Blue Sea. Probably these guys are guaranteed. Oh, they're not anymore. They were guaranteed by this guy. Now they're at war with that guy. Interesting. Okay. Okay, that's potential. We could try and get a Blue Sea merchant. Yeah, I'm going to do that right away. These guys are not strong. They have 53,000 men, but they're at war with 230,000. So now seems like a good moment. Let's go see if we can yoink some of this land, especially this coastal bit. Where's the Blue Sea? Okay, there's an entry port. Okay, if we can get all this and add it in and then do the trade company investments, that would be enough for a merchant, probably. And then I think getting the merchant in here would be pretty challenging. It's interesting how the Deepwoods has gone back to Elven control, by the way. There must be some kind of Elven resurgence event, I guess, because it felt like it was 100% Orc and Goblin controlled earlier, and they all just they seem to have vanished. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. We have got another expedition that we're launching over here. Should be fun. And yeah, preparing for war with these guys. They did rival us, which is pretty funny. So yeah, 83,000 manpower rivaling us. This is a bold move, for sure. Okay, there's our peace deal there. Got these guys beaten back. It's frustrating. We can't quite make them not exist. But it's very, very close. Perhaps I shouldn't have gotten rid of their alliance with these guys, because if I could somehow get to war with these guys, it would work. We are making progress on our research with the Serpent's Rot. It's still spreading. Yeah, it still hasn't spread south of here. Maybe it can only spread from places that it's present. So the fact that it happened to not spread from here while it was ravaging the province. Sorry, while it was present in the province. Now that it's ravaged the province, it can't spread? Maybe? I'm not sure. I'm doing lots of humongous degrees of expense in order to try and continue treating it. But we will see how that goes. With this peace declared, yes, I will be mobilizing for the eastern fight. The problem is, in places like this surface hold, if we're sieging it and they show up with 90,000 plus this 44,000, that's a pretty big fight with us at a disadvantage. They at least don't have a, what's it called? Ramparts here, which is good. But we'll see. Yeah, having to be able to fight this 90,000 plus this 44,000 on both fronts, potentially, is the challenge I'm facing. I guess I maybe just allow some sieges of my eastern front. I don't want to allow siege these holds there, although I already haven't repaired them, so the thing is they're damaged. If they're sieged again, they'll probably get ruined. Maybe will get ruined. So I haven't really been doing much of that yet. But we'll see. We'll see. So we finished the tunnel, and that wasn't quite my intention. I didn't realize it could do that. That's really interesting. So you start with it at the bottom level. it actually adds a new trade connection here, which is really cool. Loses the Marenhall Gate is blocked, no troops or trade can pass through. You get level 1 center of trade in Navinrock, here, yeah, and the King's Rock trader will periodically gain trade value proportional to the trade leaving the Dwarven through the tunnel. So if you actually allow trade to leave, you get a boost. Oh yeah, we've got a slime colony here, cool. But where is that trade value tracked? It's not in the chain yard. Maybe it's this? Maybe this upgrades dynamically? But no, I seem to be able to upgrade it myself. And global trade power is a nice modifier, so I'm going to start doing that even though we're short cash. Although we have so much manpower. Let's just insta-finish it. Yeah, okay, nice. And then the Marhol Tunnel doesn't exist on the other side. And you can build it on both sides, it seems like. Interesting. So now we get the Marhold Gate modifier. Is that where we get it from? Where's it got? Marhold Gate. Local trade power 15. The gates of Marhold lie open once again for the riches of the Dwarven to flow into Escan. Well, that's not that's not really what I wanted. I feel like this is now going to get transfers from traders downstream. Yeah, okay. There goes 10% of my trade income from everywhere downstream. Crap. That was not the intent. Well, I guess we'll just have to finish conquering Escan. So, does that mean... Like, yeah, where is that money... Can we do this again? Yeah, let's do it again. Where is that money going to be added in? It says there's trade value added. It's interesting. Maybe it's just added... I don't think you can just have modifiers on the trade value of a node, can you? It has to be local. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, it's fine. You know, we're making lots of money, so... And it's cool thematically to reopen the Dwarven for contact with the outside world. Nice. Good stuff. We continue to pour massive amounts of funding into research. We are now 25,000 ducats in the hole. We can take out a great deal of loans, though, so it's not a critical problem, but, you know. It is continuing to spread south, but very slowly. I don't know what the factors are affecting spread rate and things, but for now, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. I've also, I don't know why it didn't occur to me, we can just declare directly on this guy rather than this guy, and then, so we can just declare on them, and then while we're in this war, we'll declare on them. Seems good to me. So Holy War, we're going to take this lot. They're going to call their allies. Not a big deal. We will temporarily soften relations. There it is. The war with the Raj. Also, the Jadari seem to have a single province, and they have a great deal of cores. Many of which they're not going to lose. Because... Oh, no, it's religion Jad, not culture Jad. Did the Jadari start up here? By the way, are they centaurs? No, they're Sun Elven. So I'm not really sure. Not really sure what happened there. But anyway, I will endeavour to vassalize them if we can get access. We could try and build that that connection here, but they're currently too distant, unfortunately. There's nothing we'd be able to do that would get them in range, I don't think. But anyway, yes, we're against these guys, which means the reclaiming of this. Oh yeah, they have... Sorry, I kind of forgot they have a connection over here. Let's move these two over. Ready to respond to defend our surface hold, which I still have a little 4 fort in. What a moron. Also, I've been spending my... I don't want to spend monarch points deving right now, because there's the 100% increased cost from Serpent's Rot, so I've been placing down a bunch of Holy Order things. So we are now up to level 3 on... Shadow Hammer, which is province water cost versus other religion. We're up to minus 10%. If we can get to minus... We only have to have another 19 points to get to level 4, which is pretty good. Yeah, we've been worrying about war school cost for a while, so that should hopefully be helpful. Oh god, I just have to guess what the final ingredient of the cure is. Is this too loud? Let me turn the music down a bit. Sorry, I'm always paranoid about the music being too loud. A fungi that's present everywhere, a rare underground flower, or a special type of grass growing in various caves. Let's just go top down. Dragon's Tongue. It's another massive, nice pile of debt for me, by the way. Well, we go again. Also, seat in Parliament for these lads. Alright, time to embrace manufactories. We're deep in debt, but we're behind. Whoa, what the heck is that? But we're behind on tech, so the time has come. We'll take the admin tech. Constitution coming up. Cool. The Age of Artificery. The War Wizard is burned, but to a crisp by a faraway laser. A robotic labourer is fueled by Dame's Tear in Greece. An ancient relic is deconstructed and finally understood. In short, scholars, engineers, philosophers, and inventors domesticate the magic of the world. Very cool. We are a nation of mages, not artificers. We are a nation that can hold both mages and artificers. Or we are a nation of artificers, not mages. Mages have been quite useful to us in pushing through some of our expeditions. But I think it's... I mean, I'm role-playing as the kind of non-magically dwarves. So yeah, Age of Artificery. We are a nation of artificers, not mages. So when does that kick in? Oh, okay, there we go. The heck is this? Okay, so the artificers, you get production efficiency and tech costs scaling with their loyalty. Sorry, scaling with their influence, it looks like. They have a base of 40 from prestige. Okay, oh, speaking of prestige, it's time to drown the kid. Oh, we can't while we have pending events. And 146 is not good enough. Okay, all kinds of things. They don't... Oh, well, no, okay, the top ones don't take absolutism, but lots of them do take absolutism. Okay. Crownland and no absolutism for dev cost. Sounds pretty nice. The Grand Exhibition. These are cool. Okay, I'm going to get some of these in. Now, what the heck is this? The Constitution of Artificery. Well, officially supported by the state. Now, what does it mean? Okay, do we want to go with the Brillets for spontaneous speed? Or the Mechanists for practical purposes? This decision is permanent. Or the Techno-Thumatages for careful contemplation. Okay, they all get War Artificer Regiment limits, 10%. Artifice research for 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years. Hover over to see the Artifice capacity upkeep. Hover over what, bloody? I guess over the tradition here when it's in there. Alright, full creative freedom. That seems like the greediest option, so we'll probably go with that, but philosophers as much as inventors. Scientific branch of magic. Interesting. Grind away in the way whatever the state wants you to. Put your trust in something you cannot control. That does seem fun. Can I see the effects that they would have in here? Are they one of these... I can give them one on Dane's tier too. Cool. That might be a good idea, actually. Because... Well, no, because it costs absolute... Maybe after we do Court and Country, we should do this. Alright, so here are the options. They seem very similar. Oh, here we go. Available capacity. Artifice capacity of 67. Maybe we should go with the middle road. Invest them research decently quickly. Let's have a reasonable amount of control. Practicality. Yeah, I think we'll go. I mean, mechanists. We're not just kind of. We're greedy dwarves, but we're not just chaotic. So we'll go mechanists. Sure. Does that mean I can now? I can. Does that button appear in both places? It does. What is all this? Research Artificery. Unlock new Artificery inventions. Committing to progress. Sure. Okay. And then that shows up here, I guess. We're researching an invention. Okay. We get this from Global Artificery Capacity. Share of Dame's Tier. Match max plus 10 at 10% share. Nice. Share of Precursor Relics. Okay. Trade share of Precursor Relics. Interesting. We don't have any of that. To the invention menu. Wow. What is this? Okay. So we have none active. There are different tiers. We don't have any unique ones. We have some cultural ones. Super fast elevators will give us... Wow. Okay, I need to take a look at some of this. This is cool, though. get yearly legitimacy, max privileges +1 on the artificers. The artificers, though, I mean, I have a lot of room for their privileges. It was just the top 3 that didn't. Yeah, yeah. But still, some of these ivory provinces get 5% dev cost down. Okay. I don't think we have many. Ivory works as a magical transmitter. Cool. Very cool. Do I want any of these? The Mage Bane Project. While at war with the Witch King, we get a bunch of stuff. Sure. I mean, I don't think we're limited on the numbers of these. So if this doesn't cost absolutism, we're going to give that. We want influential, happy artificers. So obtain private artificer funding. Get artificer skull crusher brigades. Seems pretty cool. Seems pretty cool. We have new national decisions available. Ah, yes, we can upgrade the rail. I am going to do that because it's not very expensive. Do you do it spreading out from holds again? Like, is it starting here, or is it happening basically everywhere? It's happening almost everywhere, but not here. Okay, sorry, that was a bad example. Maybe that's also. Oh, you're not adjacent to a. Oh, you are adjacent to a hold by dint of here. Yeah, okay, so it's going to go bit by bit. Very interested to see what the upgraded rail looks like. It's a shame we haven't been able to do this cooperative research. Nobody else has it. So, anyway, these inventions. So they take capacity to upkeep. Activating an invention will cost 50 crowns and 5 of each power point. Is that the same at every tier? No. Okay. And then they have upkeeps, and we haven't invented a bunch of them, right? So I can't click this. I assume that means we haven't invented it. And where was it? This is like, yeah, while we're currently inventing them. I don't know what effects. Ooh, artificers empower the mages. You will have both the mages and artificer estates, but both will be weaker. Ah, this is switching. Okay, no, that's fine. I'm happy with just. We weren't using the mages anyway, really. Interesting. Interesting. Perfect enemy of the good. Artificer cannot research expert _TT. Understood. Is it just me, or are there more here than there were a second ago? The Gomo Client Network. More Diplo rep. And everyone that we border, it looks like, gets 25 opinion of us. Cool. Cool. Anyway, I'll have a look at some of these and I'll tell you which ones I have picked. There's lots of cool stuff in here, but we only have 3 unlocked to start with, and they don't seem that good, to be honest. Yearly legitimacies and prestige is okay, but yeah, we're just going to have this one for now. Vorpal Bullets, 7.5 morale damage for 10 artificer capacity. Some of the ones at high tier seem extremely strong, but we haven't invented them yet. So sure, we'll do that. And it gives them, the way it actually functions is by giving them the privilege. Yeah, cool. And it doesn't affect their morale. So we still need to keep, sorry, their loyalty. So we still need to keep their influence lower than their loyalty, so we can actually turn these off, I think. Unless I can turn them off from in here. I'm reluctant to click it because I don't want to spend the points again. I suspect I can probably turn it off from in there. Now, how else can we increase research years multiplier 1? So it looks like the only way to increase our artifice capacity would be getting some precursor relics. I happen to know there's some made over here. Ah, some here. Okay. War with Iron Claw would be good. Oh, there's some I can see just there. I imagine they're more abundant in the New World. Oh, there's not that many of them. Interesting. Interesting. I would have thought, well, okay, they are more abundant because I see 4 here and then there's a ton over here. Is that on that island as well? Triarchy has some precursor relics. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we'll see what we can do, perhaps, to secure Iron Claw. Iron Claw is a weird one. They have a whole load of subjects, but their subjects are all hopelessly disloyal. I've been resisting kind of mobilizing my armies for war just because I've been a bit worried about this whole Serpents thing, but it hasn't been causing that many rebellions. So maybe I will mobilize these two, go and try and grab those precursor relics. And that would be enough to... Oh, we already have a... Yeah, we'd actually need to send a merchant here, basically. And here, in order to get that. But it'd be fun. I think it's worth pivoting towards that at this stage. So, yeah, plus we're going to get a pretty healthy... Yeah, wow, production increase from that. Ooh, a choice of investment. Okay, so this is... Okay, I'm guessing we have choices because we have the slightly slower inventive one. So do I want to invent the box of holding? No, that's useless to us. Okay. Well, only one of these is really a valid choice, which is Magic Missile Deployer. Yeah, so in this case, the only one that really makes sense is the Magic Missile Deployer. 10% shock damage received is pretty nice, though. So let's invent that. And then I guess is we have 1 out of 7 possible ones active. So there's 2 limits on how many you can have active, it looks like. Or is this one active research? Anyway, we have 1 active, and we're inventing whatever it is. This one, Magic Missile Deployer. Okay, cool. We have some unique cultural ones, by the way, which is cool. The Gyrocopter is giving us the siege ability and lead a siege, it's fun. And the Platinum Warsuit, which only affects Artificer regiments. So, can I now raise? I can. Artificer infantry. They get less drill. They have plus 0.15 artillery fire. That is not... I mean, that's quite good. I mean, no, that is pretty strong. What is that? 1.15. It's a 13% increase. So have I done the maths on that right? Yeah, 13% increase in what? What does it say? In fire? Oh, okay, I just did the maths for shock, but close enough. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. How do you add Artificer infantry to templates? You can't. That's annoying. So we're gonna have to manually. Oh, hang on, they have different pips. No, they have the same pips. Okay. Interesting. And then you can get other bonuses that will make them stronger and stronger. Cool. I haven't really played with unique regiments, as crazy as that seems, because they're back all the way back from the Manchu update, right? But yes, we'll try using some of them. Sounds good. As war progresses favorably. We've won a few battles. Did lose one up in the mountains here. I should actually, you know what? While you're on low morale, you can tell this is the army that lost that battle, huh? Let's have you go siege all this. The problem is that there's a connection here as well into this area, so we'll need to have a fort there and a fort here to lock down this this section of the spine. But we push on nonetheless. Oh, I found another difference. They cost way more, but their maintenance is the same. Well, hang on, their base maintenance is the same. But is that their modified base? Base maintenance 0.26 per month. Base plus from technology and war games, down from other things. So it's not base? What? I guess it's increased when they're recruiting. So it's calling the modified value the base value is a little confusing. But it does, yeah, I mean, it costs more to recruit them, but if the ongoing cost is the same, that doesn't matter over much, I'd say. What's our current? Yeah, we're going for 24, so we can just start putting like 4 into each of our infantry heavy stacks. Actually, you need 1 extra, so that's a kind of okay way to organize it, I think. Rather than trying to have 1 like super elite one. Unlocked potential. The advent of manufacturing significantly improving the production output. The laws of platinum are no longer alone. Once seen as scarce number and produced with simple labor, the platinum war suits can now be utilized in larger quantities. Nice. We do have some prestige. We're going to get some monarch points for this. Permanently increase our state artifice capacity by 5. Nice. So, what's that? How does that show up in here? From missions. Okay. Nice. Very cool. Well, I still haven't done many of these, so I should keep going down here. Maybe we'll get some more warsuit tech. Would be cool. Now, the quarantine that we only implemented in our roleplay is now not holding. It has spread out of the mountain. I don't know. I mean, I hope cooperative research is not strictly necessary. It seems like we're continuing to get pop-ups. Like, you know, the treatment is progressing pop-ups without this. But I am worried because this is a nasty modifier. It will wreck our economy. If that spreads to the core area, it's going to be a serious problem. Meanwhile, we did lose another fight here, but we've repositioned and should be in better shape. And yes, we are getting... I've stopped spending all of our... There are some pop-ups that I don't think affect the actual... like dealing with the crisis. There's some that's just kind of local people worrying, and I've started just killing them rather than spending the money. The Serpent's Cure. We have finally succeeded. An effective remedy can finally be deployed, allowing us to eradicate it. May our platinum researchers be blessed. It said the holds and roads in Dwarven are linked. Extensive ventilation system. Distributing it through them is necessary. Be most impactful. Distribute it everyone in the capital. Anvil's Fracture gets Serpent's Cure, or spread it through the ventilation. You get it everywhere. Okay. Local unrest and devastation, or local unrest and devastation everywhere. How thoroughly have we tested this? Anvil's Fracture is not the capital, by the way. It's here. I feel like I shouldn't do it everywhere, because this does not say ends the crisis. Oh, okay, it has ended. It's gone away. It's unfortunate that I can't see what this does. I think I'm going to go and look up what this does. Like, maybe this doesn't give you the stability and gives you something else instead. I'm worried if we distribute it everywhere, it's going to kill everybody because the cure doesn't work. But the fact that the crisis has officially ended here does give me hope that it has actually ended. But, yeah, let's, let me just look up what this actually does. Because I want to know, not like, I won't read the next events in the chain. I just want to know what's the top of this tooltip. Seems like the second one also gives us the stability. So that's not a difference maker. Cool. Well, we will distribute it to... why would we ever not distribute it everywhere? They seem very similar. So we'll distribute everywhere. Yeah, and there's our one stability rather than 3, sadly. And there is the end of Serpent's Rot, which means our settler increase is back, baby. Which means I'm going to want to start colonizing this bit of the road, I think, so we can take this hold. And this is the peace deal that we're going for, I think. I want to try and take some trade centers in places like Eastern Salahad, so I can upgrade them and try and get trade companies, so we can get some more merchants. Would be good. Also, I learnt halfway through this episode something crazy that I didn't know. Trade steering? I feel like I've wondered about this many times. You know how when you increase the value of trade power because you're sending it on? Where here it's increased by, we're increasing it 4.7%, they're increasing it 4. I've often wondered, why are they 4 and me 5.7? It's because trade steering increases it. I never knew this. I never knew that at all. Meaning, isn't there a naval idea that gives trade steering? No, sorry, it's naval tradition, isn't it? Yeah, so that's, where is it? There it is, naval tradition. Yeah, trade steering. You get 100% trade steering. That's crazy! I can't believe I never knew this. I guess you kind of always automatically end up with a lot of naval tradition if you're doing a big trade game, just because you're, you know, protecting trade in loads of places. But yeah, it may be a bit painful to push for this peace deal. So maybe we resist the urge to push out into the lowlands in this war. But I mean, we got time. We got manpower. I'm feeling the kind of the campaign's almost over stress that I so often get in EU4, which is very stupid because we're only slightly more than halfway through. Technically speaking, which is I should just. It's a moment for me to practice mindfulness. We're only slightly more than halfway through. Chill out, Christo, chill out. Plenty more time for ravaging the world. Oh, that's cool. The mines of... what was it? Gullenhul. Very cool. Since we opened up this tunnel, by the way, I've started integrating Marhold. They are 24% done. Nice. No more Serpent's Rot. That's good. So we will get our loans paid off. And then... unfortunately, I did miss my window with Corinthia. They allied to Grombar again, who has unrivaled us because they're too weak. Cowards that they are. So, I also don't have a war goal against Corinthia, a good war goal. I mean, a religious war goal. We could get Goward in. Goward! Did you flip religion? No, Goward must have just stopped being the religious head. Okay, yeah, we need to get to war with Corinthia and Grombar again. I think. Although, should we do a holy war? Oh, we have a truce with them still, yeah. How long is our truce with you still? 3 years? Okay, so I think we do a war against... I don't want to cause too much more aggressive expansion in these parts. Although it is only... well, it's only Essen, basically. I'm not that worried about these guys joining a coalition against me. So I think we do a reconquest war against Corinthia, get back this land, and this land, and then while that's going on, who's the defender? Corinthia is currently the defender of the faith. Okay, cool. Then we simultaneously do a conquest war goal on this guy, or I mean, might as well just a holy war. Oh, we could take some cause, but no, we probably do a holy war on this guy at the same time as the Corinthia war. So Grumbar and Corinthia in one war. Then we do the same thing we did last time. I'm going to keep Goward. Oh, Goward, are you fighting? Or did you just lose a war? Is that why you've got Gnomish hierarchy troops in your land? Interesting. Interesting. I feel like the Gnomes would be a fun one to play as a colonial game, potentially. Kind of... so the Gnomes... I don't know much about the lore, but the Gnomes seem kind of like underdogs. They seem fun. Anyway, do they have this? Are they building something with this hold? By the way, it's special. There's still a kobold horde here, even though the Gnomes own it. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna win this war. Then big war in the north, I think. Oh right, I was gonna go against Ironclaw. I spent something much attrition for no reason. Let's do this. They have incredibly few men. Just embarrassingly small armies up here. Also, because we have better army tradition these days, I rolled some much better generals, which is nice. Yeah. Also, we can't upgrade the thing here because we don't have Mithril. Oh, sorry, because we have, yeah, because of Dame's Tier. I think the Dame's Tier will eventually degrade, and when it does, I'm not going to show you at the time, because I think it's not going to be that interesting, but I am going to put the Mithril back, and I have no regrets, because to my mind, logically, when the Dame's Tier deposit was depleted, you'd go back to mining the Mithril that you were mining before, right? But the way the game's going to work is it's just going to roll a number random trade good. So yes, no regrets from me on that one. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm sure you'll get over it. So now we can start deving again, which means we can start focusing on the Platinum Age. We need level 4 hold on all of these holds. So I'm probably just going to go like north to south, basically, and try and get that set up. It doesn't need to be the most northern ones. No, it's just here to down here, and then where's the southernmost one? Okay, yeah, just this is the most southernmost one. Yeah, not this one. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll go top to bottom doing that. I'm also so frustratingly close, agonizingly close to having an extra merchant from this trade company, which finally occurred to me to set up, by the way. Once this war is over, we will upgrade this market town. In fact, maybe I could do it just with expand infrastructure, but that would be so wasteful. And I should have done it before I blew a bunch of points deving it as well. Even though we were in the Serpents thing, I just realized, oh, why did I do that? Well, no matter, no matter. Also, our expedition returned. Where did my men go from the expedition? Did I accidentally merge them into some other army? I think I may have done. Anyway, Serpent's Cure. Ah, so these... Where did I distribute the Serpent's Cure to? Are these places... Do these places have it? They appear to still have Serpent's Rot. Maybe it's just because I haven't at the month end. Or did it only distribute it... Where did I just distribute it? Just along the rail? Interesting. Delayed salaries. That's fine. We have a lot of map. Not a problem. Oh, right. I think, though, I will call it an episode here. Or maybe I'll get to this peace deal first. I think it's been a very long episode. It's hard for me to tell because I keep recording it in sections. Okay. Peace deal, I think, looks like this. It's going to give me a bad border, though. This is like the tactical good move for the trade company. But it's going to make the border look ugly. So maybe I'm not going to do it. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe we own... Maybe this is our warm water port, right? We finally have a port. We push all the way to the coast here. That wouldn't be a bad idea, you know, because the Serpent Spine trade needs to be spread to the Shadow Swamp and all this lot, right? And the egg. Whatever the hell's in this weird egg. I keep calling it an egg. It's not egg-shaped, but the flying saucer. So maybe I do still go with this plan. We obviously want to take Hero's Veil because it has this this Hero's Gate, which is going to be cool. Meaning we can hold that back, garrison size, and local trade power in the area may actually be enough to get a trade company with just this region. Maybe I will do that. The border looks a bit better, right? We'll do this. We'll finalize the border later. Anyway, yes, that gives us the holds. Gives us all of the underground that they haven't already, that we can actually get to. I guess the other option... I can't. It's too high dev over here. Yeah, we're going to do this. Try and get this thing. I mean, we seem like we have more money than we could know what to do with, but we don't, just because so many of these damn disasters cost crazy amounts of money. So yeah, it's a big coalition. No, it isn't. Never mind. It's an inconsequential coalition. Yoink. Great. I just hit the button to core up all of the stuff that didn't cause overextension. I am a bozo and a fool. Never mind. We will rebuild the old rail, and we will upgrade the rail. Ooh, what's this? Rebuild the Golden Highway in Far Salad. Ah, that's cool. When Jahar conquered his way, he left a great highway in his tracks. He could transport goods and armies swiftly through his empire. These days, Golden Highway is falling into disrepair. Might be worth repairing it. Get a Golden Highway under construction for 1,000 crowns and 200 admin power. That's a cool idea. Presumably, we have to own all provinces in the Golden Highway Far Salahad province group. Okay, can I see, like, ruined highway on the provinces? No? How am I meant to know what provinces they are? Oh, yes, it just highlights them. I forgot. Yeah, that's kind of useful. Okay, so we'll take... that gives us a nice definition for our borders as well. We'll take the Golden Highway. Sounds fun. And that gives us access to the coast, access to another trade company down here. Yeah, that works. That works. Cool, so, hello. Welcome to being a trade company. In fact, all of you. Welcome to being a trade company. I should probably have converted them first, shouldn't I? What a bozo. Oh well, I'll do that next. Is that going to be enough? Let's see. What is this? What is this place? Eastern Salahad. That is easily 17%. With some upgrades and some buildings, hopefully we'll be able to get that done. I should have converted them first. That's what I was waiting for somewhere. Here. No. There's somewhere I wasn't adding things to a trade company until I converted them. Anyway, I'll worry about that. What with these guys? And once this core finishes, I'm pretty sure that will be enough for reforging the Dwarven Empire. It should be a glorious end to the episode. Cool. Oh, my bad. It hadn't recalculated. Yes, that is enough for us to get the merchant. Nice. So I think we should do it here, because we're going to need this precursor relic trading out of this province. But the thing is, there's just so much money going to waste. Like, look at the amount of money here. It's 36 ducats. Let's just try both ways. If we send that, because we can send that straight to Mountain Heart, and a certain amount of it is being stolen. Have we got... There's local trade power here. I don't see local trade value being created here based on the amount of trade flowing out. Is it happening in the trade node capital? Doesn't seem like it. So I'm not sure what was meant by that. We're getting local trade power, but anyway. Ending this war, bringing us to peace, and then declaring the dwarves, and then of course declaring on the dwarves' old enemy, the orcs. And using the orcs to trigger Court and Country. Yes, mustn't forget that part. We're very, very late on Court and Country by my standards. So we better get that going. Ah, we finally have the upgrade. Nice. You get 20% dev cost. I need to get them... Hang on, let me get them side by side so I can compare the upgrade. Nice. The bonuses are double, basically. So we get, instead of 10% dev cost, we get 20. Instead of 10% supply limit, we get 20, etc., etc. Is everything else also the same? No, province governing cost is still only 50%, okay. But we get a statewide governing cost minus 10%. Does that mean in a state with 3 Dwarvar rails, the state governing cost is reduced by 30%? No, it only applies once. Okay, cool, that's fine. But still, slightly less overpowered than it would have been, I guess. State maintenance is now up 300%. Which is quite expensive, but seems worth it. And friendly movement speed is more than doubled, from 30% to 75. Hell yeah. Is there an even higher level of this? We're going to advanced. I feel like I saw somewhere there's an even higher level. That's pretty cool. Oh, is there flavor text? No flavor text. Still, extremely cool. Is the Serpent's Rot is still spreading? It's a bit worrying, right? The cure only goes as far as here, and in here, which is at least clearing the modifiers. It's cleared here. We got a lot of devastation. But yeah, it never really spread past here. That's problematic that it's still spreading, though. I mean, is it going to spread all just down here? I think it is. I remember. It was up here that we were going to convert before we added it to the trade company. Okay, well, I'll start working on that now. Good. Then we can get this. And then, yeah, this trade steering thing is interesting. I hadn't really realized that having... and we're going to test this, if I just put like one of these caves into a trade company, then we can get a 50% trade steering bonus in this province, which will give us a boost to the, significant boost to the trade value. I think that could be fun. So we're going to work on that. All right, there we go. Serpent Rot, debt cleared. Income 100 ducats higher than it was. Pretty good, pretty good. And yes, we do not need this. Well, yeah, we don't need this encouraged development edict until this hold upgrades, I guess. So we should revoke it in both places I put it. I think we have all of the holds currently upgrading. Wait, why did I have it here? Oh, sorry, that's the same. It's just big state. This is level 1, digging to level 2. This is level 3, digging to level 4. This is level 1, digging to level 2. This is level 2, digging to level 3. Yep. Okay, nice. So I think all of the necessary holds for this are now digging, including this one. Pretty sure. Yep. 1 digging to level 2. Good. So now we just need these guys to not exist. They took way longer to kill than I expected. And then we'll be in good shape. I am adjusting all our stacks to the new 24-24 model. Which, yeah, doesn't fill combat width, but does max out cannon bonuses, which is nice. Cool. And yeah, cores progressing. I really liked the theming on this. So I've just forced Marhold to convert to Runefather worship. This is like the dwarves officially exiting the mountain, right? We're willing to step out. We're going to establish trade control. We're willing to trade with the humans, but only on our terms. We will control the value of that trade. So we say, hey, Marhold, I demand that you convert to Runefather worship, right? It's going to cause massive unrest. And then this huge army just shows up just beyond this vast tunnel. So you can imagine this tunnel just like smashes through, is rebuilt, carved out of the rock. And then there's this vast dwarven army standing behind it with artificer weapons, with Vorpal bullets, massive numbers of cannons, just ominously standing just inside the Serpent's Spine. And then anyone that rebels in Marhold, they're just going to pour out. It's pretty glorious. Pretty glorious. I'm going to be a bit indiscriminate up here, I think, which means I do need to wait for cores to finish before I peace out. But yeah, we're going to take all this land. I think we may take all of this land. It feels like the land behind the Serpent's Spine just should be ours. You know, there's ogres out here. The ogres kind of like orcs to our slightly problematic dwarven eye. Ooh, the Jihad is dead. Do I own any Jad core provinces? I do. I could release the Jad. I could release the Jadari as a subject. That could be fun. No, I don't think I want to conquer all this land down here anyway. But yeah, I feel like having all this area under our control, apart from anything else, it'll be very good for our font game, I think. So yeah, we're gonna yoink all this land. There we go. Yoink. And now, look at this. Harazald Whom. Font already getting a bit better. Looking in a pretty good place. Let's put, well, no, don't put anything in the trade company until we've already converted it. The Runefather worship will spread. And now, it's time. Aldwarv, the Emperor of all dwarves, literally known as all dwarves' home, was the bastion of the ancient world. Way before any sort of human or elf had any sort of urgency or glory. It fell to dwarven fighting, an impulsive scourge of all kind. Now the dwarf lays in darkness and ruin, but not anymore. Here we go. I am going to save so that I can check out the ideas. And I assume it doesn't have a mission tree that's going to overwrite our mission tree. But either way, I've saved. So, country changed to Old Dwarf, 25 prestige, new traditions and ambitions. Heck yes. Permanently claim all provinces with Dwarven hold or surface hold terrain, as well as all provinces in the Seventh Spine. We are no longer able to change our administration. Boom. Al Dwarv, new traditions and ambitions. Good. It's just occurred to me. Ambitions are the fine one. Yeah. So yes, please. Let's check them out. And we have... Look at that. We really did have almost all the Serpent Spine under our control by the time we got this anyway. But it's going to be handy for coring this lot. So here it is. +1 leader siege, +15 fort defense, +15 land fire damage. That's already extremely good. The maximum effect of absolutism at +15% from the Dwarven crown. The greatest symbol of Dwarven unity. That is really strong. That's really very strong. That 15% bonus is kind of bonkers. Hang on, we can go over 100. Does it actually apply the effects above 100? I don't think it does, but maybe the 15%. Okay, interesting. What else? What else have we got here? 5 discipline and vassal force from it. Nice. Hearth and Hold 20% dev cost. And some Diplo rep. Nice. Vassalization acceptance. 20% governing capacity. Splendor and goods produced. And liberty desire in same continent subjects. That's a pretty freaking sweet set of ideas, I have to say. The flag's still pretty cool. I'm not sure it's quite as good as the past one, but getting the crown in there with all the gems, it's very nice. And there's multiple motifs, union of different holds. Very cool. Very, very cool. And there we are. We still have a good color. Deep blue. Love it. Love it. Look at that. Very nice. Now we need to actually start trading in this area. And now we're at peace. We can finally do some upgrading of sense of trade. Can't do this one because it has to have 4. So it has to have 10. That's fine. This one really ought to be high level anyway. And this is the one we just finished coring, isn't it? Yeah, so I can do that. Good. It's also a ruined hold. I have got a lot of ruined holds to repair that I've been not doing because we've been busy, you know, fighting off the Serpent's Rot and so on. But there we go. All Dwarov. I've been saying Dwarov. Dwarov, is that right? Dwarov? Yeah, that seems good. Dwarov. I guess I'm doubling the R, but look at that. Look at that. Glorious. Oh, whoops. I accidentally took a centaur subject. That was not my intent. It's because I full annexed the guy, the overlord. Oh well, we can break that vassalage soon. It's going to cost us too many Diplo reps for ages, though. That's so annoying. Oh well, not a big deal. Nice. Look at that. Well, I'm going to call it part there. In the next episode, Court and Country, to get even more max absolutism, and then I need to look up what effect this max impact for absolutism has. Does it mean having 115 is valuable, or does it mean 100 has the effect of 115? But I'll look into that. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I think this is a bit of a mega episode. Thank you for watching the whole thing. I'll see you in the next one.